let's talk about this final project that you're going to be completing as part of this class. You'll now notice that there's a folder up on our Schoology page that you can click on to learn more about this project. I'll also be posting this video in here too. And I think that each of you should have a handout now that shows your final project proposal on one side, and then the flip side is actually this page right here that you see in front of here on the screen. So here's what it is that you're going to be doing. Your final in this class is to come up with a theme that's going to be the idea behind 5 pictures that you take. And these 5 pictures are going to show a topic or a theme that you're choosing that you care about. As we've been going through the class, we've been learning about different artists. That's one of the reasons we've been doing our artist log, is it gives you a chance to see themes about how photography can communicate an idea. And in the end, that's really the art behind photography, is that you want to communicate something with the pictures that you're taking. So this is a chance for you to jump into the shoes of a artist photographer and to communicate something that you care about through your pictures. The 2 quotes that are at the top of your page are right up here as well. The first one is by Dorothea Lange. So while there is perhaps a province in which the photograph can tell us nothing more than what we can see with our own eyes, there is another in which it proves how little our eyes permit us to see. So I think about this quote and the pictures that you're going to be taking, and how a photograph in itself is a way of capturing just a moment in time and freezing that and allowing somebody to see that moment in time and really reflect on what they see, because our eyes are constantly refreshing what we see all around us, and we may not notice every little detail of the scene in front of us. But a photograph allows us to freeze in that moment, and you're forcing somebody to really spend some time and look at all the details of what could be within that scene. So in that way, our photographs are a way of showing us how little we can really see with just our eyes. Here's the second quote. If I could tell the story in words, I wouldn't need to lug around a camera. So that means, carry around this heavy piece of equipment. And at the time that Louis Hine was doing his photographs, it was a really heavy piece of equipment. And in that way, we may have heard that phrase that a picture is worth 1,000 words. And in a lot of ways that is true, because somebody can look at an image and begin to interpret what they see. And sometimes that can really do a lot more than just what words can do. So as we've gone through the artist in the artist log, one of your things that you've been trying to do is to identify the theme or interpret the photographs. That's what those questions have been that I've had as your second section of your artist log. So we've already been able to do that about somebody else's work. So your real goal is going to be, how can you come up with that theme that you care about and try to show that in your work. So that proposal that you have in front of you is going to be your guide for what you'll be doing in this project. So I'll go through that in just a moment, but I figured it might be a good idea just to take a look at some example finished projects, just so you can see what things look like in the end. So for example, here's a project that is about someone who really cares about writing a lot, and they may be a writer themselves, but they wanted to give you a take on what it's like to be someone who's into writing, and what goes on in the mind of a writer. So here's the 5 images. This one is called Desperate to Write, and they're using the shutter speed in an interesting way because the hands are blurred through motion, yet we still have most of the photo in focus and crisp. So that blurred motion kind of represents how when you're coming up with an idea in writing, you have to get it out there really quick before it fades away. So they're just ferociously writing out their idea. In the second image, they're doing a scale illusion. So they've got a hand that's kind of representing, maybe the author and how they're trying to control the character in their story. But maybe the character can sometimes reverse the role and how maybe the character will really tell them the way that things should go in the story, as you're developing an idea. Here's using light painting in an interesting way. So this represents magic in words. Here's another one. It's called Inspiration Strikes. So they have their subject in a bookstore, and all of a sudden they come up with an idea. So they stop whatever they're doing, they sit down, and they start typing out that idea. You may be inspired by something in that moment, and you just have to get that idea out right away. And this last one is called Full Circle, and in this one they used a prism to create this rainbow effect on the pages of the book, and how when a story is finished and you're reading the finished result, it's kind of just magical. You're able to kind of be really proud of what you've done. So that's one example. Here's another example. This one, somebody did this project who lives in Minneapolis, and they wanted to focus on public art in Minneapolis. So they drove around to different murals, and they began to take photographs of those, and they spoke a little bit about, in their theme analysis for each of the pictures, about what each of those murals represents. So some of them were taken during the day, some of them were taken at night, but they had a chance just to go around to different sites within Minneapolis and photograph these murals. So if you think about what inspires you and what you like taking pictures of, that might be a good first step in deciding what you want your theme to be about. And we will be taking a look at more examples as we go through the class, and you'll even have an assignment where you'll be looking at 5 different student examples and identifying their themes and talking about the strengths and the weaknesses that you see in that presentation. And through that, I hope that you'll begin to develop your own theme that you care about, that you want to use for this project. Your theme is going to be due on May 6th. So we'll have roughly about a week while we're wrapping up Unit 2, and we'll also be developing our theme at the same time.